Hello guys and welcome to the channel. So as you guys already know, today was NFP day, and also at the same time we have Canadian dollar employment change happening at the same time. All right, and since I was moving into my new house or setting up my new office, I didn't have time to trade the NFP or the Canadian dollar employment change upon the news release. But now since I have a little bit of time, there are still a lot of strategies that I can still use to make money from the market. All right, this is 2022. This is our first news trading trade we're going to be taking, and since the news has already been released, the strategy we would have used before the news was released, we would have used the strategy or the directional buyer strategy. That is before the news is released. But since the news has already been released and I still want to trade, what I can use now is the Hola fundamental correction strategy. All right, which states that after a major impact in the market or after a major news event, the market most of the time correct the original market price before resuming the original trend. Good. Let's see if that is happening in the market. You can see here we have NFP was positive, and the Canadian dollar was NFP was negative, meaning the United States dollar will be weakening, and the Canadian dollar was positive, meaning the Canadian dollar will be stronger. Now let's go to the chart and see if that is what happened. Good. You can see that is exactly what happened here. The news was released somewhere here. You can see the news was released somewhere here. This candle you are seeing, you can see this particular candle you are seeing here. This is the 1 minute time frame, and that is where the news was released. And immediately the news was released, the market shoot up for almost about 25 pips. All right, for almost about 25 pips, because you know for Canadian dollar JPY my target is always between 20 to 25 pips. So you would have already been out of this trade with a profit. And after that, the Hola fundamental correction strategy states that the market is expected to retrace back to the original trigger point, and that is exactly what happened. All right, now we are using the second leg or the second tie of the Hola fundamental correction strategy, which that second leg states that after the market has been corrected to original triggered price, there's a high probability, remember, there's a high probability that the market might resume its original trend, since the market states that, since the news trader states that the Canadian dollar is supposed to be positive. All right, since the Canadian dollar the news states that the Canadian dollar is supposed to be positive, and the correction has already occurred on one leg, we're going to be trading now in the opposite direction, because we want to be able to assume the original trend of the market and also of the news. All right, so now we already have a full reversal sign. You can see here we have a very clear reversal sign. This is a very clear reversal sign which shows that the market might be reversing at this particular point in time. So what we do is we buy this particular market, and you can see, so as you can see, this is my live account, this is my $13,000 account, and let's see how much we can make from this small account. All right, because for me it's a small account, because most of my news trading accounts used to be $17,000, $20,000, 25 and above. But now let's use this particular account to see if we're going to be able to compound or get some profit from the second leg of this news trading. So in regards to that, I'm going to be buying at the lot size I'm going to be using here. I'm going to be using 8 lot size. All right, remember these are all risky strategies, and you need to be able to know what you are doing. And my target is going to be I'm just going to be targeting, you can see I just press buy, and I'm going to be targeting 25 pips. 25 pips is somewhere here, so I'm just going to click on this, and under points I'm going to put 250 points is the same as 25 pips. So I confirm that is my take profit, and my stop loss is just going to be 15 pips. All right, which is 150 points. Good. So that is so you can see, let me see where my stop loss is. Let me confirm if my stop loss is in place. I instantly made a mistake to modify, so let's go here, let's put back our take profit on 250, and let's modify again and put our stop loss on 150, because I want our stop loss to be 15 pips. Good. So you can see we are standing on a very good position. That is our stop loss, and our take profit is at 25 pips, because we are assuming that the market is going to assume the normal trend, because the normal trend, see what is happening, guys. We are not just guessing, we are not just gambling, we know what we are doing. See what is happening on the employment change for the Canadian dollar. You can see the news is very, very positive. The news was positive, and you can see on the chart what happened. The market shoot up immediately for almost about 25 pips within the first minute. And that was the strategy. You would have made 25 pips already. 25 pips, that is plus 25 pips. Good. Now you come in now with the color fundamental correction strategy, where you look for a sell signal somewhere here, because there's a high probability that the market will correct back to this particular point. You would have made how much? Another 25 pips. That is what? Plus 50 pips. Good. Now the strategy also states that after you've already gotten the first leg of the news, there's a high probability that the market might be resuming the normal direction of the news. What is the normal direction of the news? Positive. The normal direction of the news states that the Canadian dollar is very, very positive. You can see the normal direction states that the Canadian dollar is positive, and that is why we just bought the Canadian dollar JPY. Good. Our take profit is 25 pips and our stop loss is 15 pips. So let's see how it goes. Let's see if we're going to be able to hit our take profit. And this is our first news trading strategy for 2022, and we are using the color fundamental correction strategy. So let's see how it goes, guys. I'm going to be able to keep you guys posted. Peace.
6.5 hours later.
Hello guys, welcome back. So it's been 6 hours and boom, we just hit our take profit. So you can see from the line, you can see I don't even need to repeat this is a live account, as you guys can see. Those are my live robot there, and my balance has moved from 13,000 to 14,789. So that is almost a $2,000 gain. All right, and as you can see on the chart, the line is showing very clearly on the chart. We got in somewhere here and we got out somewhere here. That is profit of 27 pips. All right, remember I told you guys at the beginning our target was just gonna be 25 pips, but we got out with 27 pips and we just hit our take profit. So you guys can see, guys, the strategy as I used here was the Golov fundamental correction strategy, which states that after every major news events, there's a high probability that the market is going to retrace back to the original trigger point. That is the power of demand and supply, right? The price must come to an equilibrium, and even after the price must have come to the equilibrium, which is what happened somewhere here. Normally you have to remember the main direction of the news. The main direction of the news was positive for the Canadian dollar. As you can see on the website, the Canadian dollar, the news was positive for the Canadian dollar. So even after the correction, even after the first leg of correction, we got in on what I call the second leg of correction, which is why we've gotten out with plus 25 pips. So that is that, guys, with the Golov fundamental strategy. This is my first news trading strategy for 2022, or this is my first news trade for 2022, and that is it, guys, with almost plus $2,000 profit. And I just did it partially because I was busy, I was out of the office, but I saw this opportunity on my phone and said, no, let me not just miss out on everything, because I never suffer from what we call the fear of missing out. I know if I pass one opportunity, I'm going to be able to see another opportunity, but I saw this one on my phone and said, okay, let me just get in and grab some few pips while driving around, or while setting up my new office. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys the setting of the new office, the new home tour and everything on the subsequent video. But that is the first trade of 2022, and we just made about $2,000 using the Golov fundamental correction strategy. If I would have used the straddle strategy before the news was released, I would have made plus 25 pips. After that, I would have still used the Golov fundamental correction strategy to trade again, because I would have made plus 25 pips here. I would have made plus 25 pips going up. As soon as the market gets here, I would have looked for a reversal sign. I use another strategy which I call the Golov fundamental correction strategy to come back to this particular point. And once I get here, that is the first leg. On the second leg of the trade, that is where I got in. So I will still get in here and boom, I'm still out of the trade. And see, guys, see this line, see something. If I have to put something here, can you see? If I can retrace it back, see, my take profit was at the exact point where the market had a turn after the news or after the strategy. So guys, you see, I don't just formulate this thing. These are strategies that are working, and if you know what you are doing, you always make money with this strategy. So make sure you check the link below to be able to use the same broker I use, so that they will be able to enable you to trade news trading, because some brokers won't enable you to trade news trading. Also follow me on Instagram and follow me, please. This video will be useless if you don't watch the 2 videos which I'm going to leave at the end of this screen. So watch these 2 videos so that you can be able to understand the 2 strategies which are perfect for news trading, or the 2 strategies which you would have used on this particular trade. So make sure you watch these 2 videos, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.